Its symbolic significance also causes us pain. Remember that this church was watched over with care, affection, and fondness by Pope Francis.
Reaction from a Vatican official after artillery fire from an Israeli tank unit hits the only Catholic church in Gaza, killing 3 people and injuring 10 more, including the parish priest who spoke on the phone almost daily with the late Pope Francis about the war's toll on civilians. Welcome to EWTN News In Depth. I'm Catherine Hadro. Upon learning of the shelling of Holy Family Catholic Church, Pope Leo XIV renewed his call on Thursday for an immediate ceasefire in the Israeli-Hamas conflict and for reconciliation towards an enduring peace in the region. Addressing his concerns, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu called Pope Leo on Friday to discuss what Israeli Defense Forces called a mistake. An emergency scene in Gaza on Thursday as those injured were rushed to receive medical help. As faithful from around the world expressed dismay about the strike on the church compound, President Donald Trump called Netanyahu to voice his displeasure. The Israeli Prime Minister then issued a public apology for what he called stray ammunition, and a spokesperson for the Israeli Defense Forces released a rare statement admitting fault, saying artillery shells hit the church by mistake. The church compound was sheltering hundreds of people, both Christians and Muslims, including a number of children with disabilities. Much of Gaza's very small Christian community has lived inside the compound since the war began. Caritas Jerusalem said the parish's janitor and an elderly woman receiving care in a Caritas tent were among those killed. Parish priest Father Gabriel Romanelli was slightly wounded. A friend of Pope Francis, Romanelli was in close phone contact with the late pontiff, who spoke with him almost daily to check on the situation in Gaza. During Friday's phone conversation, Pope Leo renewed his appeal for a ceasefire, expressed concern about the humanitarian situation, and stressed the need to protect places of worship. Echoing Pope Leo, the president of the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops called for an immediate ceasefire. Following the strike, Archbishop Timothy Broglio stating, "Our first concern naturally goes out to Father Gabriel Romanelli and all his parishioners, most especially to the families of those killed. Our prayers are for them during these tragic times." With the Holy Father, we also continue to pray and advocate for dialogue and an immediate ceasefire. Joining us now from Jerusalem is Bishop William Shomali, the auxiliary bishop for the Latin Patriarchate of Jerusalem. He serves as general vicar and patriarchal vicar for Jerusalem and Palestine amid the war in Gaza. Your Excellency, thank you for joining us. First, can you shed any insight as to how the Holy Family Catholic Church community in Gaza is doing after the strike? I know that Cardinal Pizzaballa, the Latin Patriarch of Jerusalem, visited the church on Friday.
Yes, the community yesterday was very distressed because of the killing of 3 parishioners and because of the casualties they had. Father Gabriele was wounded, but the visit of the Patriarch today gave them a lot of comfort because he is the head of the church and he is coming with a lot of material help also to this population which didn't receive any food since 2 months. So his coming gives spiritual comfort, moral comfort, and also material comfort, which is much needed. And this morning they were able to bring to Jerusalem someone who was wounded yesterday very seriously, critically, and now he is in Jerusalem under treatment. So it was very good that the Latin Patriarchate could bring him here.
Absolutely.
And solidarity from many friends, many politicians from all the world. Father.
Your Excellency, what do you make of Israel's description of this being an accident? And what do you make of their response overall? Isn't it unprecedented for Israel to issue an apology like they did?
It is not normal. Israel generally says we will investigate and we have no answer afterwards. This time there was an apology from Netanyahu himself, which is unique. And the Holy Father could ask him for a ceasefire and working for peace. It is great in itself that he spoke to the Holy Father.
Absolutely. And on that note, the Vatican has been calling for an immediate ceasefire for some time now in Gaza, and Pope Leo only reiterated that once again on Thursday in a telegram and on their phone call. Is there anything more the Vatican is doing right now to facilitate what many are reporting is an imminent ceasefire deal and hostage exchange?
It is true that the Holy See, during the time of Pope Francis, and even now with Leo XIV, the Holy See asked frequently, many times, Cardinal Parolin the same, for a ceasefire and the success of negotiations for a final settlement of the conflict. Nothing happened so far. Now, what changed now? Maybe more pressure from the side of Mr. Trump. This is important. Trump is the strongest in this situation. Also, there is a complex of guilt from the side of Israel for having attacked or destroyed part of a church, which is a place of worship. It was condemned by many people. Even yesterday, we spoke with with the President of France, Macron. He was very angry because of attacking the church, and according to him, it's under French protection. I want to investigate more about this French protection, but for him, the Catholic Church in the Holy Land is under French protection, so he felt bad that a place like Gaza was hit.
That's very interesting to hear all those political dynamics at play right now. Your Excellency, Pope Francis famously spoke nearly daily with Father Romanelli, the parish priest at Holy Family who was injured in this strike. Can you speak to the significance of this parish, the only Catholic church in Gaza?
Yes, in fact, Pope Francis was very close. He used to speak in Spanish with the parish priest, Father Gabriele, and also with the nuns who belongs to the Argentinian congregation of the Incarnate Word, the Verbo Incarnato. So Pope Francis was very close, and he knew every detail about the life of the Christian community in Gaza. This is unique, irrepeatable, to say the truth. Every Pope has his own style. The style of our Holy Father is different, but we know that he asked a lot about Gaza, and the telegram he sent yesterday showed his closeness to Father Gabriele and to the community. So every Pope has his own style, his own way of being close to people.
Can you tell us, Your Excellency, for those of us who are not near the Holy Land, what is the state of Christianity in the Holy Land right now amid the war?
There are daily confrontation between Palestinians and the settlers who would like to expand their settlements in the West Bank, taking and expropriating land of people, Palestinians, who can be Muslims or Christians. We are suffering now because in two of our Christian villages, Taibe and Abu, settlers enter almost every day to conquer more land and to enlarge the settlements. And really, this creates a lot of tension in the West Bank. So this renders our life in the West Bank very difficult. And also, two Palestinian camps in the north were emptied from their inhabitants. Around 40,000 people were displaced. Other reasons render the life of Palestinians uneasy, and really we are looking for a solution to this conflict.
Finally, can you clarify, has the IDF been protecting Christians?
It is difficult to answer this question. We asked the army to prevent settlers from coming to the Christian village of Taibe and to take more land. So really we are in front of an ideological conflict with two narratives where a negotiation for peace are very difficult because of this, these two narratives about the land and the history of this land.
Your Excellency, we thank you for your time this week in particular, and please be assured of our continued prayers for our brothers and sisters in the Holy Land. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.